Hi, welcome back to the show. I'm your host Jacob Hall. Joining us today is a very special guest named President Nominee Nathan Fletcher. President Nominee Nathan Fletcher. Okay. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Jacob Hall. Joining us today is a very special guest, President Nominee Nathan Fletcher. Count on me like 1, 2, 3. I'll be there.
Thank you for having me.
So we've had some questions, and we've collected a couple, and we would like you to answer.
Okay.
Firstly, what ideas may you have as a president?
Well, first, as a president, I wanted to possibly, I know it may seem a little radical, but do a bit more spending. I want, you know, I know, kind of precious money, but I want to do a bit more spending. I maybe get some more clothes, possibly another piece besides just the shirts and the one piece of winter clothing. So.
I understand. Yeah, that would benefit a lot. I've heard you had a budget.
Yeah.
And you have some money to spend, so.
Yeah, of course.
Might as well. Okay. Well, moving right along, we had another question. Other candidates have mentioned to teach coaches better communication skills. What are your thoughts on this?
The old saying, "You can't teach old dog new tricks," may apply here. I just don't think that you're able to teach some of these coaches how to effectively communicate. But what you can do is that you can, one, try their remind messages. You can get on there. You can try to get those messages. If that doesn't work, I want to actually teach the trainers, not the coaches. I want to teach them to have more effective. Maybe just like build a relationship with the coaches. If you build a relationship with the coaches, they may feel more comfortable giving you or you can give them your number, and you can effectively communicate that way.
I understand. So more of a community thing rather than like a.
Just put all the pressure on the coaches.
I understand.
Shouldn't be all on them. We shouldn't
Put
just
in
be
the
passerbys.
I see. Okay. On top of that, other candidates have also mentioned quarterly meetings. Have you thought about meetings of any type?
I don't think it's necessary. Quarterly meetings, I think it's excessive, I believe that instead we can, if there's ever any problems, we can always work that out in a meeting. But most things I feel may be able to be just resolved with a text message.
So you find that quarterly meetings might be excessive because you might not have anything to talk about.
Exactly.
But it should be like, on the basis that you do have something, you should communicate.
Exactly. If you have a problem, communicate it with the rest of us, and from there, if it needs to be taken to a meeting, then we should take it to a meeting. We should be able to talk about that and, dissolve any solutions or problems.
And with the recent global pandemic, Sportsmet hasn't been able to take a trip in the past 2 years. What are your plans for trips?
Well, if COVID is still a problem by next year, we do have flight vouchers that we have from years past, from the Washington trip. But if we're not still able to use those due to some kind of COVID or whatever, we should be able to still have a trip, just a smaller trip. It could be to any college, possibly just in-state, You just have something that's educational and that we can all still have fun and develop a bond as a group.
Yeah, surely organizing a trip like that would be such a positive influence on your people, on your team.
Exactly, and it can't cost that much.
Yeah, surely you can figure something out despite
Yes.
the pandemic. Some people have described you as a little overbearing in certain situations. As president, how would you respond to this?
Well, as a presidential nominee, I never want to come off as overbearing, of course. But if I get elected president, I don't want to be overbearing. I want to come off as a friend. I want to be an organizer, if anything. So I want to work with the people, not over them, you know?
Communication.
Communication is always key.
It looks like we're running out of time. Do you have any last closing comments?
Yes. When election day comes this Friday, I want people to know that they should always vote with their hearts. Don't vote with who your friend is, but who you think will be best for this program. But remember, vote loyal, vote strong, vote smart, vote Nathan.
And stay tuned. Don't change the channel because our next guest is George Lopez. That was one buzz.
Should we blow something?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, if we...
I thought all the cars.
What?
Just the entire school, dude.
NPR Tiny Interview.
Yeah.
Welcome
Tiny
back
desk
to
interview.
NPR Tiny
Could we
Interview.
get a tiny desk? And you have the tiny desk interview? What should the intro music be?
Jeopardy.